Today, I'm going to follow the footsteps of the big boys, the trashy, tasty boys, the trends that I'm really late on, and do the anime man's ultimate cultured manga tag tier list maker. But, big fat but, it will not be 40 minutes long. What is wrong with you, Joey the anime man? I love you and all, but my attention span does not. ADHD gang, rise up! This video is different from what I usually do, so please, give me a chance. Alright, let's start. Ahegao. Ahegao is one of those tags where it doesn't turn me off at all. In fact, if it's done right, Ahegao can enhance the story. I'm a firm believer that good facial expressions amplify the story and what the characters are feeling. So for that, it deserves a good B tier. Beauty mark F. Biting. I've never seen a cultured manga that I'm totally old enough to read that has biting as one of the tag in it. So honestly, I'm scared of what I don't know. I could only imagine it's not that pleasurable. I watched Horimiya. I saw how Horty Titan bites that neck. Not a fan, not a fan. But since I am a masochist, there's a chance that I might like it. Blindfold. Blindfold is one of these things where it's just like, I don't know what's going on because I can't see. I'll go home. Alright, I'll go home. E. Body swap. F. Alright. Bondage. F. Alright, next we have catgirls. Catgirls define weebs for generations. If you come out as a weeb, most people would imagine you reading or doing, the whatever to some catgirl dojins. And they're right. I haven't done that yet, actually. B tier for how cute catgirls are, generally, with clothes and cheating. If I learned anything from reading a lot, or quite the amount, or a hefty amount of cultured manga, it would be that cheating is bad. Cheating is horrible. I would know, not from experience, but from getting depressed after reading a lot of books that contain cheating as the main narrative. F tier. Remember, kids, if I catch you cheating, you're catching these hands. I'm going to say this next tag in an ASMR way. Cheerleader. You already know my opinion on cheerleaders, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you want, you can go watch the video in the description. But to quickly get to the point, cheerleaders are hot. They are so hot. A tier. Shikan. A person, usually a man, who rubs against or gropes others, usually women. Hear me out. Sexual assault. Horrible. But in the world of fiction, in the world of drawings, I like to let my fantasies and dream go wild. It doesn't bother me at all when a man is not asking for consent. In fiction, fake. Basically, comedy. I like a good laugh every now and then. Especially laughing at those horrible translated translations that you see popping up out of nowhere when you're trying to learn about culture. S tier. Crotch tattoo. I've only seen a single cultured manga that has crotch tattoo in it, and it doesn't bother me at all. I don't particularly mind if one has it or not. D for crotch. For D. Dark skin. Yeah, D for dark skin. That's what it means. Dark skin girls by themselves is a good A tier. I would put it S tier, but that place is only reserved for dark skin elf girls. Speaking of elf girls, S tier. I love elves. They are the embodiment of seeing a woman and going
Exhibitionism.
Exhibitionism. Alright. Expose their genitals, usually. Okay, that's an F. Next up is eye patch. I haven't read anything that has eye patch in them or on them, but since my wife, Megumin has it, I like it too. B tier. Fangs. A tier. Fangs are indeed an A tier tag. Facial expressions are very important. It helps you get into the zone. It makes you understand more of what the characters are feeling, and fangs enhance that. Fang helps the character become much more expressive and hot. Also, I just love some nice clean cheek. Force. Now let me preface this by saying that force is bad. It's horrible. I even made a video expressing how much I hated force. But in a world where dreams and fantasies can be free, force is quite exhilarating. I guess you could call it my guilty pleasure. So it's a B tier. A tier. It's an A tier. I'm sorry. Freckles. Freckles are like a hit or miss. It works if the art is really good, or it flops. I remember reading a few books where the freckles at some point become very distracting. I like it when it's out of the way or very light, almost non-existent. Essentially, not a big fan. Futanari. Glasses girl. Wait, I got something good. Give me a second. Glasses are very versatile. First, you can have glasses wearing girls that take them off and suddenly become beautiful, or have girls wearing glasses flashing those cute grins, or have girls Don't you think we really need to officially give everyone glasses? I'm so sorry. C tier, heart pupils. A couple months back, Collin said that it doesn't affect him whether or not heart pupils are there or not. But now, I believe heart pupils deserve to be at an A tier, because facial expression makes me doki doki. And when a girl has heart pupils, it means she's in love. And I feel the same way. I love you too. Horns. A couple months back, old Collin said that it doesn't affect him whether or not horns are there or not. But now, I agree. Horror. I'm going to admit, I don't read cultures for horror. That's just not what I'm here for. But I feel like if I ever stumble upon a horror tag, I wouldn't hate it. So for that, I'll put it at a C tier. Humiliation. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. I'm not gonna go in detail. Well then, I will. I woke up today and had a realization that I'm both a masochist and a sadist. There are days when I want someone to dominate me, and there are days where I want to be the dominator. There are also days where I want someone to dominate me while being shy and humiliated. Needless to say, I'm a hopeless case with woman in bed. Impregnation. Amazing, hot. Babies are made. That's just nutting inside. I like it because it's not me that has to deal with child support. A tier. Hey guys, Future Con here. I skipped pregnation and I forgot to put it in the script. I believe E tier or F tier because I don't like big stomach. Cootery. That's hot. That's hot. I like cootery. Lactation. That's not it. I just don't want to see stuff coming out of there, man. I know it's normal. As you can tell, I'm still a little kid. Maid? I don't know. I don't get maid. Miko. What is Miko? Half god, half human. A tier. A tier. Monster Girl. A tier. Muscles. S tier. NTR. F tier. Ninja. For some reason, whenever I like see ninja now, I don't think of the traditional ninja. I just think of Ninja, Blevin, Tyler. It's still an F either way, I'm sorry. None. That's hot. Nurse. That's hot. Okay, maybe A tier. Ojo-sama. That's like just anyone higher up, right? That's just MILFs. That's just MILFs. Office lady. That's also an A tier. Orgasm denial. What is that tag? It is exactly what it said. Not nutting. Not coming. Don't come. Don't come. C tier. Pegging. F tier. Chi Pao. As a half Chinese man, I gotta love my culture. And boy, are my cultures cultured. I'm not usually patriotic, but if I ever have to defend something from this country, then this would be it. A traditional Chinese dress. And you know me with traditions. I love them, or they should be protected, or something like that. S tier. Shimapan. Shimapan basically means striped pantsu. I believe it's slightly childish for my very mature taste to be into something like Shimapan. But I also believe we shouldn't judge a person by their choice of pantsu. You can be whatever you want to be. Do whatever you want. Wear whatever pantsu you like. C tier. Spats. When I first heard spats, I didn't understand what it meant. I did countless research, going into catalog and watching other YouTubers that also did this tier list. Wow, C-Dog Connor Dog VA didn't understand what it means too. It's not just me. And after a whole 10 minutes, I decided to use 100% of my brain and found out it was compression shorts. Apparently, they call that spats in Japan. God dang it. A tier. Spats enhance the bottom. And something that you need to know about me is that I am a bottom kind of man. Stockings. That's hot. S tier. Next, we have succubus. I don't like succubus. They are hot, don't get me wrong, but I'm constantly tired. I wake up and I'm dead. If you give me a succubus, I would honestly die within the first hour. I like my breaks, you know? I like to rest. I need at least 10 hours of sleep every night. Sex is cool and all, but I like to close my eyes and not have to think about the consequences of ignoring my responsibilities because no one judges you when you go to bed at night. The creepy scary can't get to me when I'm sound asleep at 8 o'clock. C tier. Tan lines. I'm really confused about tan lines. And I think that's because I used to hate it up until I witnessed the Nagatoro tan lines. I'm not ashamed to admit that Nagatoro is the only anime that opened up 20 different fetishes within me. Some I like and embrace, others I'm too scared to accept. And tan lines are somewhat in the middle. I think given enough time, I will open up the tan lines. But right now, it will have to be at a B tier. Tentacles. Tentacles. F, E tier. Teachers, A A, that's hot. MILF's hot. Tsundere, S tier. Ugly bastard. Now, if you watch my video on ugly bastard, you would know my opinion on this. It's usually, if it's ugly bastard, it's probably gonna be bad because of the other tags. But ugly bastard, if it's like a very wholesome ugly bastard, a guy that just loses all the time and then he gets the W through his hard work, I think the ugly bastard deserve it. So in this context, you know, in the context of as a wholesome ugly bastard, I think that's pretty hot. I think that's an S tier. I like it. Uncensored. I don't really mind it. It doesn't bother me. You can censored, you can uncensored. I still not. Vanilla, that's hot. Vanilla is hot. Voyeurism. Someone who like to watch others being sexually... That's like NTR, isn't it? That's just NTR. Voyeurism. F tier. X-ray. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. Yandere. That's hot. Lastly, we have yandere. Now, I know that most of you might think yandere are crazy girls doing crazy things. But listen here. I like that. As a lonely man, having a girl that's overly obsessed with you is kind of nice. I have actually been on a search everywhere trying to find anime or manga where the protagonist chooses the yandere as best girl. But the only thing I can find is the infamous Mirai Nikki, not watching that, and this unheard of manga Koharu no Hibi, a slice of life manga that explores the idea of what happens if the protagonist decides to date a yandere. Wholesome, but with spice. That's pretty much it. I feel like yandere is an interesting idea if you play your cards right writing it. Most anime or manga kind of uses it as just this funny hee XD, here's a crazy girl, she will ruin your life or something, when in fact I feel like there's an unexplored territory for romance with yandere being the main girl. Whether the relationship is successful or not, I think it would still make an entertaining story. Heck, even a realistic story if the relationship fails. It's a very niche idea, and no one really talks about it. But I did find 2 more anime that apparently already did it through some random Reddit forum, and I also still haven't really dived into the yandere tag in Hen yet, so I'll be watching that or reading that and maybe give you a report on it sometime soon. And with that concludes the Anime Man's Ultimate Cultured Manga Tag Tier List. Sorry for going into a slight rant. I'm very passionate about yandere, if you can't tell already. If you like this video and want to see more, then like, subscribe, and do the comments, whatever. If you have an interesting take or opposed to what I say about certain tags, also tell me in the comments. Apart from that, I'm Collin Khanh. Bye. Oh, I'm gonna trip. Okay, I didn't trip. Oh, almost knocked down my microphone setup. Dang. Ow, now I'm getting a cramp. No. There are also days where I want someone to dominate me while being shy and humiliated. What is this word? Humiliated? Hold on. There are also days where I want someone to dominate me while being shy and humiliated. What? How did I go my whole life not knowing how to pronounce humiliated. This is going to the bloopers. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Humiliated. There are also days where I want someone to dominate me while being shy and humiliated. Can't pronounce it. Humiliated. There are also days where I want someone to dominate me while being shy and humiliated.